Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Genshin Impact video, and today we got some news that we gotta obviously talk about and break down, and as well as everything that is regarding the update. So obviously, patch 3.5, we got a lot of some stuff coming soon. So Genshin Twitter just posted everything that's coming. So first off, pre-installation is available, so make sure you guys start pre-installing your game. And here is the brief little summary on everything that's coming. So we're getting 2 new characters, which is Dia and Mika. If you guys haven't checked out my initial impression on Dia's talents, make sure you guys clicked on this top right here corner where I reacted to her teaser as well as her talents. Alright, now we also got the rerun characters. So Cyno will be in the first half patch, so when the next update drops. And we're getting Shenhe and Ayaka in the next few banners for patch 3.5 in the second half. And for the new equipment, we're getting 2 new weapons, which I'll go into detail since they posted their details, which will be Dia's Claymore, Beacon of the Red Sea, and 4-star Claymore, Mailed Flower. Alright, cool. And for the other story content we're getting, the new Archon quest, returning will be Mr. Dainsleaf, and as well as some, extra lore. Of course, whenever Dainsleaf is on, things are about to get extremely good. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. And we're also getting, as every 5-star character gets their own story quest, we're going to get a Dia story quest. And we're finally, it's been a long time since literally Hazel that's gotten a hangout. So we finally got ourselves a first Sumeru 4-star hangout quest, which is, Farzam, because honestly we have literally no story content for her. So finally we're getting something about her. I've been, honestly complaining about this, so this is pretty good. And we got some new enemies. We got the Abyss Herald Frostfall. So, I mean, you guys already know the Abyss Heralds. There's a Hydro and the Electro and Pyro one. Well, guess what? They're going to finally add it to the 4th missing piece, which is Cryo. So, y'all imagine how fun that's going to be. Get your animal characters ready. And we got Black Serpent Knight, Rock Breaker Axe. This is the Geo version of the Herald. So, we'll see how that works. And I guess that's it for now. So, that's everything for the main... Yeah, this is the update preview. It's the hangout quest. These are the story. Now on to the most important part of this video, the banners. So let's get right into it. All right, so we just got ourselves the new banners. So this is Dia as well as Cyno's first half banners for patch 3.5. As always, before we get into these banner videos, I just want to let you guys all a disclaimer that everything I'm about to talk about is all intended for meta. And obviously, if these are the characters that you want to summon just for, personal reasons, like you like the character or you like the design, obviously that should be your #1 priority. So go ahead and summon for that. But for those who only cares about meta, or for those who are just considering to save their primo gems and are trying to see if these characters are worth summoning for or not, then you're in the right video. So here we go. We got ourselves Dia, and for the 4-star characters, we got Bennett, Collei, and Barbara. Okay, well, alright, so I guess we can start off with the 4 stars. This is gonna be a very short video. So here we go. Bennett is probably the only character worth talking about here out of the 4 stars. Well, I mean, I've already discussed him many times on my channel. Bennett, I'll just be brief and short. He's just a attack buffer, and he does a significantly good job at it. He's still an insane support, arguably one of the best supports in the game right now. So Bennett, good character. And Constellations gets better as well. For the rest though, Collei, she is already a free-to-play accessible character, as well as Barbara. So both of these two you can already get in the game even without summoning. Collei, you get her from Spiral Abyss, and Barbara, you get her from completing the first Archon quest. So Collei, she's basically your free-to-play Dendro character, although you already get yourself Dendro Traveler because you can resonate with the element. But Collei, the only reason I would honestly use her is because she's a ranged Dendro character, unless you already have Tighnari, but you can at least use that for exploration. That's about it, honestly. But other than that, I guess her best benefit that I've played around with her in my own experience is she does a decent job at being a quick swapper support. Just apply Dendro quick, use your burst, then swap off. Unfortunately, her Dendro application as well as ICD isn't great, but she's good enough to get the job sometimes whenever you need an alternative Dendro support. So overall, is she worth summoning for just for this banner? Obviously not, because she's already accessible for free, even without summoning. And Constellations are, it's alright, so not the biggest deal. And there's just a lot more better Dendro supports nowadays. And Barbara, it's the same thing as well. But, Barbara still, I guess I can argue that she's a bit better than Collei, because at least she has more of a use, which is healing. And, she's still she is kind of an outdated character, but, again, she can get the job done. That's about it. She's a healer, a hydro healer, which you can, use for, I guess, like freeze comps or even bloom comps nowadays. There's also a very meme build where you can make her a damage dealer, which if you want, you can do your research on that. But for now, yeah, it's alright. So the 4-star characters, okay, it's kind of an L already. I mean, Bennett is probably the only reason to summon here, but let's go and move on to the 5 stars real quick. So we got ourselves Dia and Cyno. So Dia is a bit too early to say because, well, honestly, we don't know her damage capabilities yet. We also don't know how well her resistance to interruption is good. We don't know how, well she will be able to trigger version, etc. Her capability as of right now is still unknown because she's not in the game yet, and I guess all we can do is just wait until her official release. So I would recommend to 100%, if you guys are still not sure on getting Dia just based on like, oh, if she's going to be meta or not. I don't think she's going to be meta because of how her kit works. Damage resistance to interruption, also off-field skill. In my personal opinion, I don't see her really fitting in any team right now. Maybe she can be a decent version unit. Dia, honestly, for right now, I would say wait until all the, content creators post their guides. And, until then, see their reviews on it. If you can decide from then, oh, Dia's, yeah, sure, I think she's worth to try out, then, yeah, go for it. But, from my personal opinion, I think she's going to be a niche shielding unit. If you really want a pyro damage taken tank unit, then Dia is a solid option for that. But other than that, like, I'm personally not sure on how I feel about Dia yet. So, we'll see about that. Another thing is that she is an SSS tier plus for design wise. So if you're gonna go for that, then I don't blame you, man. I'm not gonna stop you. As for Mr. Cyno, so Cyno, I guess for those who watches my streams, you guys know how much I criticize Cyno. It's too bad, man. I really like Cyno's design, but my main issue is his resistance to interruption is so easily interrupted, and it's really annoying especially for how his kit is designed, where you have to time his skill to increase his damage or whatever, and when you get the eye symbol pop up, that's when he does more damage. However, I have this experience where if you don't have a shield character for Cyno, he gets interrupted, and sometimes you even miss that, trigger timing for his eye symbol. So it's really annoying, and also Cyno doesn't really do that much damage to compensate for that. If he does a bit more damage, but has that interruption issue, or it's the other way around where he doesn't have that much more interruption issue, but he, at least can consistently proc more damage, then, that's fine. There's a trade-off there, but it's kind of already, a lose-lose in this situation. Now, another thing is Cyno, I've noticed he has had another issue where this is the first time I'm criticizing a character on the channel. But for real though, I'm giving you guys my honest thoughts. That's why we're here in this video, right? Another downside for him is he lacked a lot of Dendro supports, but Yayo was, recently added to the roster, which does give him another option to use. He was lacking more of a Dendro support because he was, instead of using a Dendro support, he had to sacrifice either his Electro or his offensive support for more defensive support. So like Zhongli for the shield, or Jean for the healing, etc. So he now has a Dendro defensive support, which is kind of what he needed so that he can use more of the offensive support like Fischl and Kazuha. And now that he has that, then it makes him a bit better. However, I do one day want to see a Dendro shielder, and I think that will fit perfectly for Cyno. As long as someone that can apply Dendro really well and also tank for Cyno being on field, then I think that'll make Cyno a very decent character. But for now, this is more up to you. Like, Cyno, I don't think he's worth summoning for if you already have Keqing. But if you lack Electro damage dealer, and obviously that means you don't have Keqing or Raiden, then if you really want to, you can try out Cyno and see if he, it fits your playstyle. He's very easy to build, as well as team building as well. It's just, playing him can be a bit frustrating sometimes. I just want to warn you guys on that. But if you guys give him a shield, it's not that big of a deal. But it just does restrict his DPS overall on his team. So that is my take on Cyno. Overall, he's okay. And I guess same as Dia, we're not sure how well she's going to fit in the game. But in my personal opinion, I think she's kind of niche as of right now. So you know how the trend goes. Whenever they release niche characters, they don't seem that great in the first launch. But when they release more characters, then that niche can be somewhat good sometimes. So that's my take on the banners. So let's move on to the next weapon banner. Okay, so here's a weapon banner, which already from a glance, it looks alright if I'm being honest. So let's start with the 4-star weapons, and then we'll go gradually to the 5-star. So we got ourselves Sacrificial Greatsword, which again, unfortunately, it's not really necessarily Sacrificial Greatsword's fault. It's because that Claymore characters as of right now doesn't have that much usage. Again, if we get more Claymore characters, Sacrificial Greatsword will be a bit better. But as of right now, it's not really necessarily anyone's best in slot. Most of the time it's gonna be like, oh, Wolf's Gravestone or Favonia's Greatsword or something like that. Overall, it's not that used as of right now. This weapon, again, I don't care. Just who cares? This weapon sucks. All right, up next. We got Dragon's Bane, which I swear I just saw this recently. But again, for those, if you guys already see my videos, you guys will, you guys already know what it does. But if not, you guys can all check out my other discussion for the other previous rerun banners. But basically, Dragon's Bane, good stat stick for Bloom teams, or really good for Pyro damage dealers, which that will be, Hu Tao. And Alley Flash. Okay, this is a new weapon I haven't discussed yet. So Alley Flash, as of currently right now, it's the highest base attack for a 4-star weapon. It's probably the best 4-star weapon you can get for Bennett. However, it is gacha, so you do have to summon on this weapon banner, because this weapon is part of a weapon series that's only available on weapon banners. So you cannot get this in standard weapon banner, unfortunately. It's only available for the weapon banner. So it's equivalent to, almost like 5-star weapon base attacks. So it's a very good weapon for Bennett. Other than that, like for Bennett, I mean, it's kind of like a stat stick. The EM substat is really low because the main stat base attack is very high. And passive-wise is okay as well. Not necessarily the best on anybody as of right now. Besides, in my opinion, Bennett. I think this is a insane weapon on Bennett, but other than that, it's not that great on anybody. So it's an alright weapon if you do decide to pick it up. And that's also probably the why they have this, because Bennett is on the radar banner, so is this weapon. Up next, we got the Alley Hunter, which is the bow version of this sword. I think this one is energy recharge. Let me check up on that. Oh, sorry, it's attack. Here's a passive as well. While the character equipped with this weapon is the party, but not on the field, their damage increases by 2% every second, up to a max of 20%. When a character is on the field for more than 4 seconds, the aforementioned damage buff decreases by 4%. So same thing as the Alley Flash. So it's nice for, like, I guess characters like Fischl could use this, or Venti, it's nice as well. Anyone that does, like, off-field damage, you kind of want to use this, but other than that, like, it's an alright weapon as well. Not necessarily the best on a lot of people as of right now. So it's a nice weapon, though, but not the best. Alright, so that is the 4 stars on this banner. So now let's move on to the 5 stars, which we do have info on the Beacon of the Reed Sea. So first, before we get into that, we're going to talk about the Staff of the Scarlet Sands, which we already did talk about my initial reaction with it on Cyno's first debut banner. So if you guys want to check that out, you guys can also click on that on the top right corner. But anyways, let's go start off with the Staff of Scarlet Sands. Okay, so we got the Staff of Scarlet Sands. Here we go. Oh, hold on. Wait, can I just... Ah, gotcha. So this is the Staff of Scarlet Sands. The polearm version. Here's the stats. The substat is crit rate is 44.1%. That's very good. Base attack is very low, but you do compensate for the crit rate, which is very good. Equipping characters gain 52% of their elemental mastery as bonus attack. When elemental skill hits opponents, the Dream of the Scarlet Sands effect will gain for 10 seconds. The equipping character will gain 28% of their elemental mastery as bonus attack. Max 3 stacks. Very nice for, obviously, this is Cyno's best in slot. Can be decent for like certain characters, like Xiangling could also use this again. You can use this on Hu Tao as well. I mean, even if the passive isn't gonna benefit her fully, the crit rate is still very insane. So honestly, even like this actually involves for characters in general. If the passive isn't that great, you could still use this as a crit substat, and this still could work overall. But this weapon has gone a bit better because of the more characters that we receive, as well as the more characters that can use this. As long as the characters scale with elemental mastery, you gain bonus attack from it, and with crit rate, this just becomes even a better weapon. So decent weapon, and a pretty good weapon to summon for, honestly. It's actually pretty nice. Okay, so on to the new claymores that we gotten. So here we go. Beacon of the Reed Sea. So base attack is 608, and the crit rate is 33.1%. So basically, it's higher base attack but lower crit rate comparing to the Staff of Scarlet Sands. Desert Watch. After the character's elemental skill hits an opponent, their attack will be increased by 20% for 8 seconds. Oh. After the character takes damage, their attack will be increased by 20% for 8 seconds. Oh. The two aforementioned effects can be triggered even when the character is not on field. Well, okay. For now, this part, I can't really think of other characters that could really use this as of right now, besides obviously Dia. Additionally, when not protected by shield, the character max HP will be increased by the third. Ooh. Huh. This is actually nice. So basically, for those who have no idea, elemental skill, you hit an opponent, you get 20% attack for 8 seconds. And when a character takes damage, you also get 20% attack. On top of that, when you're not protected by shield, you also get 32% HP, which is kind of nice. But for HP scaling Claymore characters, who else is that? Again, this is the main downside is we don't have too many Claymore characters. That's why I can't really think of any. This part, it's like just extra HP. It's nice. But other than that, the 2 extra 20% attack, which by the way, this is at R1. If this is R5, this would be 40% attack, which again, this is very nice. Very nice Claymore. So, could this be the best Claymore we have right now? Potentially. The reason is because, well, you gain 40% attack unconditionally because, well, once your elemental skill hits, you get 20% attack. That easy. As well as once you take damage, which most times you will. This is all, but only, just keep that in mind though, you have to have no shield in order to get this passive here. Because that's how you gain this extra attack here. But yeah, once you do manage to follow those conditions, you'll get 40% attack, which, you know, is very nice. On top of that, you also get crit rate. So very good stat stick overall. And very easy conditions. Here are the materials that are required to farm these. I forgot to show them the Staff of Scarlet Sands. But here it is. I forgot what these are. I think that's the new bird guys or something. I have no idea. And this is the Eremites bandana. Alright, let me go back to the Staff of Scarlet Sands. Okay, so here are the materials for Staff of Scarlet Sands. For those who are interested, you need this for the weapon essential material. This is the rune chicken guys. And then this is the fungus ones, the fungus spores. Okay, so Dia's Claymore actually looked a lot better than expected. Up next, we got the free Claymore that is event exclusive in this patch. Make sure you guys do the event so you guys can get the Claymore for free as well as R5 it. So keep in mind this is R1. So this is called Mailed Flower and the base attack is 565, elemental mastery is 110. Very good stats so far. We got Whispers of the Wind and Flower within 8 seconds after the character's elemental skill hits an opponent. Or the character triggers an elemental reaction. Their attack and elemental mastery will be increased by 12% and 48 respectively. Oh, simple. So, this is very simple. Basically, the only difference between this and the other Claymore is that you have to trigger an elemental reaction with your elemental skill. Whereas the other Claymore, all you have to do is just hit your opponent with the elemental skill. That easy. But this one, you want to create an elemental reaction with your elemental skill. Then you will get 12% attack and 40 elemental mastery. However, this is at R1, so if you do R5 this, which you should, it'll be free anyway, you'll get 24% attack and 96, you get 96 elemental mastery, which is nice. Yeah, that's nice. 24% plus this base attack plus this. Yeah, it's a nice Claymore. I'm actually pretty happy with this Claymore. Yeah, it's nice. It's decent. As for like who could use it though, oh man, Dila could use this. Sayu could use this, Beidou could use this, Chongyun could use this, a lot of Claymore could use this. It's very simple. As long as you trigger an elemental reaction with the elemental skill, that easy, and you get all these stats. Now for the weapon materials, here are the materials. Here you got the brace from the Mondstadt, the same one for Dia's Claymore, and oh great. Really? Why? Why? You got the Spectre Husk. Here we go. Oh, it even says up here. Damn. Well, there you go. That's how you do it. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to read more info, it's down here, like how to obtain it. You get it from the event shop. But yeah, that's the 4-star Claymore. Okay, so overall, that is the weapon banner. So I guess my take on these banners is it's not great. At least to me, it's not. The Cyno and Dia, I mean, if you really want one of those two, then you can pull for it. That's the only thing that matters, honestly. My #1 rule when it comes to pulling is pull only for the 5-star character. Do not pull for the 4-star character. I mean, unless there's a situation where this 4-star character is like the strongest character in the entire game, and it's not even close. Like, it's just like almost a must-have. But no, there hasn't been a 4-star character like that. But anyways, though, my take on the banners overall, it's not that great. The weapon banner is like, it's alright as well. Like, these weapons are like okay, nothing like too wow factor for me. The 5-star weapons, however, are very good. So again, it seems like this theme for these banners is only summoned for the 5 stars. Both of these 5-star weapons are good. And Dia and Cyno, if you really want them, then you can also summon for them as well. So that is my take on the banners. I mean, look, again, Bennett is probably the only good thing, but other than that, like, not that great of a banner to summon on. Because already Dia and Cyno are both not new player friendly because they are obviously both in Sumeru. So this is not really a good banner to summon on. Again, I'm going to repeat this. For Dia, we don't know too much information about, so she could either be a really great character or she could be completely trash. So I want you guys to remember that. We don't have enough information on her yet, like all new characters that comes out. So, Just wait for that until content creators release their, guides, and if you like her, then play her and summon for her. Okay, so yeah, that's my take on the banner. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys hit that like button and smash the subscribe button for more Genshin content. And yeah, make sure you guys comment down below who you guys are summoning for. You guys summoning for Dia or Cyno or this upcoming weapon banner, or the second half patch banners, or are you planning to save for Baizu and Kaveh? Other than that, I think that is all we got. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, stay epic and peace out.